Hello there. Sweden is a few votes away from forming a right-wing coalition government. At the last general election in Sweden in 2018, after which a left-wing government was formed, the Sweden Democrats, which is labelled as a right to far-right party, gained 61 of the available 349 seats, about 17.5% of the vote under proportional representation. But in this year's election, it looks like they'll have made enough gains to take about 21% of the vote, which could well make them the second largest party in Sweden. And, as part of a coalition, the right wing of Swedish politics looks well on course to form the next government by a slim 1 or 2 seat majority, a majority it looks like they already have. About 94% of the votes have been counted as yet, and counting resumes tomorrow. And sometimes seats do change at the last minute, but Swedish pundits are saying that's unlikely. Now, for some reason or other, the Sweden Democrats' election message of near zero asylum immigration and cracking down on crime seems to have resonated with voters. So you can see why the left would be so upset about this. Maybe the Swedes are fed up with being told they are the ones that have to integrate with the newcomers. Remember that 2016 video called The New Country, put together by a Swedish government-backed charity? Well, that video seems to be no longer available. But Sweden is, of course, in the European Union, and Brussels has introduced new punishment mechanisms to withhold EU funds from those that don't toe the line on some matters, like getting too nationally minded. So taking a hard right-wing line on certain matters might be judged to be among the new rule of law crimes. Especially as Sweden is also bound by the European Convention on Human Rights, the ECHR, and because they are in the European Union, unlike Brexit UK, they have no choice in that matter. They cannot leave the ECHR without first leaving the EU. So I foresee many human rights lawyers in Sweden earning quite a crust from this. Although the EU Commission can't take Sweden to the European Court of Human Rights over this, because the EU as a body has not signed up to the ECHR, something they should have done years ago under their own EU treaties. That's right, the EU as a body and its treaties are not bound by the European Rights Convention, when under international law of its own treaties it should be. But no one cares if the EU breaches international law, do they? But if Sweden does go all near zero, where will all those people now go?